Hey guys, Metal Driver here, back with another AEW Unmatched review, and today I'll be looking at Series 4, MJF and Hangman Adam Page. So here's a look at the side of the boxes, and then here's a look at the back. We get images of the wrestlers and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open these up and take a closer look at both Adam Page and MJF. Alright, and here we have both figures out of the packaging, but before we take a look at them, let's go ahead and look at the accessories that they come with. First, taking a look at Adam Page's accessories, he comes with a gripping hand, 2 clear cups. Now, I'm not sure these are supposed to be glass cups or plastic cups, but I'm pretty sure they're meant to be plastic cups. You know, like the ones that you see at sporting events. And then my favorite set of accessories that he has are these 3 cans. Now, they're not advertised as beer cans, but I'm pretty sure we all know these are supposed to be beer cans. Not a whole lot of detail on the cans themselves. We get a blue one, a red one, and a beige one. You do get some nice detail here at the top, so this is really awesome. Perfect for displaying Page in different partying scenarios. You can have them displayed like that, or if you're into toy photography, this would be absolutely perfect. And if you collect the WWE figures, this would go perfectly with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Although, it's not so perfect is that the gripping hands aren't wide enough to hold these, so you would have to heat them up. But it does look great with Stone Cold. And then for MJF, you get a gripping hand that's taped up, a fisted hand featuring his Dynamite diamond ring, which looks pretty good, painted pretty well, and an AEW microphone. The logo is painted well on all 4 sides, so that is good. And he comes with his signature MJF scarf. And then taking a look at MJF's head sculpt, and I'm not too crazy about this head scan. It really doesn't look like MJF. And I know there were a lot of people that did not like this when it was revealed. I will say that having it in person does look a little better, but yeah, I don't think this has a good likeness to MJF. I really think, in my opinion, Series 2 had the best head scan. Series 6, that one's not really that great. And then the Unmatched Series 2 isn't really that bad. I just don't really like the creases on the face, but this one, I don't know what they were trying to do here. Maybe the nose needs to be a little bit thicker, perhaps the jawline not as pointed. But yeah, it really does not look like Maxwell at all. It is painted well, so if I'm going to try to look at the bright side, the beard is painted well, the eyes and the eyebrows look pretty good, so same thing with the lips. The sculpting on the hair looks pretty good on both sides, so yeah, paint is good, just it really does not look like MJF. And then looking at Adam Page's head scan, and I think this isn't too bad. I think the expression is pretty good. It is painted well, the beard looks good, the teeth look good, the eyes and the eyebrows. So I do think this has a better likeness to Adam Page than the Series 5 head scan. And it does capture that kind of happy, drunken demeanor, which is perfect for this figure. Hair sculpted pretty well, got some nice curls in there, some nice sculpt work. I'm pretty sure it's just one solid paint color, but with all the different sculpt work in the hair, it does give off that shadowy look, so that is nice. Then looking at the torso, he's got this nice cool cowboy shirt, some good detail here, paint looks really good, I don't see anything sloppy, anything major that looks bad. So this is nice, he's wearing civilian attire, sleeves are black with a little bit of a white detail at the bottom right here on both sides, so that is nice. Some nice detail here on the buckle, belt has some good detail, little bit of extra blue paint. Actually, I think this is just some missing brown paint. Either way, not good right there, but not a big deal. The back of his cowboy cheeks look pretty good, sculpt wise I mean. Some nice back pockets here, the jeans look nice, some good sculpting here, not just smooth legs, you get those fabric creases which look nice. And then he's got some boots, although not a whole lot of detail there. You do see some sculpt work, could have been better, but not too bad. Then looking at MJF's torso, it's pretty much the same torso that we have seen with the other MJF figures. Tattoo looks good here on the side, nice paint there. Good tattoo here on the bicep, painted very well. He's got the MJF logo on his elbow pad, painted really well. White elbow pad there. Looking at the back of trunks, he's got white trunks with the gold purple MJF logo, so this is based on his blood and guts attire. So the color scheme is really good. Paint came out really nice, some good lines on both sides, so that looks really good. He's got his ring here on this gripping hand, that looks really nice. Then he's got some standard legs, white knee pads, some white here above the knee pad and below, so that painted pretty well, looks good. And then he's got standard black boots. Alright, then going over the articulation. The articulation pretty much going to be the same on both figures, at least the points of articulation. We're just going to take a look at the range of motion, see how it differs. So, ball joint and hinge at the head goes that high up, that far down, turns side to side, and pivots slightly. Shoulder goes that high up, rotates all the way around, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, but doesn't look like he gets that full range there. Swivel and hinge at the wrist. Ball joint at the upper diaphragm, crunches that far forward, that far back, turns slightly, pivots pretty well. Another ball joint at the waist, so goes even further forward, further back, slight turn there, actually barely a turn. Legs go that far out. They go that high up. A thigh cut. Double jointed knees. He has a rotation at the calf, which I actually wasn't expecting. So that kind of looks slightly weird, but not too bad. Ankle goes not really high up or far down due to the plastic sculpting at the bottom of the pants here. And not really much on the ankle pivot department. Then MJF again should have the same points of articulation. Turns side to side. Pivots, not a whole lot. Shoulder goes that high up. It rotates all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. Better range than Adam Page. Swivel. Hinge at the wrist. He crunches that far forward. Goes that far back at the upper diaphragm. Turns side to side and pivots pretty well. Crunches even further forward with the ball joint at the waist. Goes that far back. Doesn't really turn all that much here. Legs go that far out, so great range there. And barely high up at all. So that's quite frustrating. I do believe the other MJF figures had that same issue, and I don't know why Jazzwares hasn't fixed that, because, come on, like, what is that? That is pathetic, if you ask me. In fact, I have a WWE figure right on my table here. Here's my Eddie Guerrero. And look at that. That is much better than this pathetic range here. He's got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, a cut at the top of the boot. Ankle doesn't really go that high up. Goes further down, so that looks good, and some great ankle pivot. Then, before I go ahead, I wanted to point out that there is this cut here on the upper thigh near the hip. So this is from where I tried moving MJF's leg that barely went up, and that is an issue that I've seen on other AEW figures that I've purchased, and yeah, that needs to be fixed, Jazzwares. Your 9 series in with the Unrivaled figures. This is the 4th series of Unmatched. We shouldn't be seeing this anymore, especially with a limited range. People are going to assume that the leg is going to go higher up. So even by moving it like that, you're going to cut into the plastic and ruin it. So come on, get this fixed. Right here is the new Unmatched Series 4 Adam Page next to the Series 2 big-footed Adam Page figure. Then here he is next to Series 5 Adam Page, which stands a bit tall, and that was a complaint with this figure when it was released. And in case you were wondering how the heads look swapped on the figures, well, here you go. The new Adam Page doesn't look too bad. The Series 5 looks a little bit goofy, especially since it doesn't sit well on his head, and it kind of just bobbles. Alright, and here's the new Unmatched 4 MJF next to Series 2 Unrivaled MJF. Next to Series 6 MJF, and finally, the Unmatched Series 2 MJF. And one thing I notice is that the new one has a bit of a tanner skin tone than the other previous figures, which is accurate, so I do at least appreciate that. Alright, so what are my final thoughts on these two Unmatched 4 figures? Well, the Adam Page, I think I'm liking him more than what I thought I would. I'm really digging the civilian gear with the cowboy shirt. What I like most are the accessories that he comes with. The beer cans are just so awesome. Personally, I'm going to use them more with my Stone Cold figures, but the fact that he gets those, that's a big win for me. So yeah, I'd recommend that figure. MJF, on the other hand, really the head scan is just disappointing because it does not look like MJF. I don't know, is that just me? But yeah, it really, to me, it doesn't look like him at all. It's painted well, but it's not doing it for me. So honestly, I would say this MJF figure is a pass, unless you plan on having the entire pinnacle with the blood and guts gear. That's really the only reason why I would see anyone wanting this figure. But other than that, it's a pass. So if you like this video, go ahead, hit that like button, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to get a shout out in the next video, leave a comment down below, just like Fred Hazard on my CM Punk video said that they used to pack the figures with protective clear plastic on the arms and the torso. And yeah, I totally forgot about that. Jazzwares did used to do that with their figures, so had they done that with CM Punk, I wouldn't have had the issues with the stained sides, so yeah, that kinda sucks. Check out my social media so you can be up to date with all my wrestling figure photography, and I'll see you next time.